Alrighty, so we're about to start the round back here. In terms of form, you're going to want to be standing on the carriage on the balls of your feet, so your ankles are plantar flexed. Your hands are holding the bar or the jump pad, whichever you've got. We want a little bit of, well, actually a great deal of flexion in the spine, and the pelvis is directly over the feet. In terms of the arms, they should be about shoulder distance apart and slightly bent at the elbow. Now, to begin the movement, we are wanting to inhale, and we're wanting to push the carriage away from ourselves with our glutes as far as possible without losing the flexion in the spine. At some point, you will have to lengthen out from the tailbone up to the crown of the head, forming your plank position, at which time you want to think about exhaling through that pursed lip, but you want to be pulling from your armpits so that you keep your shoulders away from your ears. Only until the upper joints are in a nice straight vertical line. You then want to flex through the spine, starting at your head, upper back, mid back, low back, pulling your feet directly underneath your pelvis as you shift your weight backwards in a circular motion. Alrighty, so we're actually going to reverse this into the reversed round back. In terms of the positioning, you're going to want to keep the positioning from the round back, but you inhale as you shift your weight forward to get the shoulders over the wrists. You want to keep the flexion as you do this. Now, again, you want to push from the glutes until you unravel into your plank positioning, keeping the shoulders over the wrists as you do this. Now, as you exhale, you want to flex the shoulders as far as you can keep your plank posture maintained. After that, you want to curl from the crown of the head, rounding the back and using the lower abs to pull your feet back underneath your pelvis. So she's going to pull, 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 and end there. Beautiful. We're going to get started with the straight back here. Now, in terms of positioning, you're going to want to begin pretty similar to the round back, actually. Obviously, we are valuing a straight back, nice long spine here, so the spine stays as neutral as possible. We do have an option to imprint slightly if the hamstring length does not accommodate, but the pelvis is still going to remain right over the feet. The hands are going to still remain shoulder distance apart and slightly bent at the elbow. So really, really valuing this straight back. Now to begin the movement, we're going to want to inhale and extend the hips using the glutes to push the carriage back, but remembering to keep the spine nice and long here. Now we're going to push the carriage out as far as this position can be maintained, at which point we're going to switch and we're going to exhale to pull ourselves forward from the armpits until those joints are in a nice vertical line. At which time you want to simultaneously spread those sit bones to pike the hips and shift the weight from the hands to the feet. So you're pushing those sit bones back as you pull the carriage in with the feet, which is going to return you to the starting position. Finally, to the reverse straight back. So same positioning as before. We want the pelvis underneath the feet. We want the shoulders or the hands shoulder distance apart, arms slightly bent, and the spine is neutral with that option to imprint if the hamstring length does not accommodate. Now, to begin the same position as before with the straight back, we are going to shift our weight, bringing the shoulders above the hands, pulling from the armpits. Afterwards, you are going to push the legs away, forming your plank position, pushing the carriage away slightly. Exhale as you flex the shoulders, pushing the carriage away further as far as the position is maintained. Now, without moving the shoulders, we push the sit bones back and pull the feet underneath the pelvis to pike the hips and bring the carriage in, returning to your starting position once again.